Right, so I am back once again today. I think for the third time, I believe now. This is the third stream I've done all day. Yeah, so today I'm back again, once again. If I even say the words correctly in an actual concise sentence, I am back today to do Dice Irae, I think is how you pronounce the name of the title. I am not too sure. The way I sounded it, it sounds cool. So I'm guessing that's probably the right way of saying it, because once you actually get the coolness down, you've got the word down. So it's Dice Irae. Right, so anyway, this happens to be a visual novel. It's actually very famous, apparently. I had no idea. I knew what it was because it appears on Steam sometimes. I'm like, oh, what's this? It's got a cool name. And I'm like, oh, it's free. Oh, no, you got to pay £15 for next through. Oh, okay, it's not free then. All right, I'll leave then. That's how I know Dice Irae. But to say I actually know anything about the storyline, I actually have no freaking idea. Like, none whatsoever. All I know, it's quite famous. Apparently, it got made because people wouldn't quieten down about it. In fact, the fans were like, "Oh, we need an anime now," and everyone was like, "Well, I guess we make an anime now." I think is how it went down. That's what I've been hearing. And yeah, apparently, if I remember correctly, the studio who did this did Kino's Journey originally. Like I'm vividly remembering that Kino's Journey was made by this studio as well, which actually is quite interesting and quite ironic. So hopefully this visual novel adaptation actually isn't complete arse, because as we know, all visual novel adaptations, especially the ones of the otome genre, all tend to be complete utter garbage. So hopefully it actually might break the curse. Otherwise, I'm pretty freaking screwed when it comes to VN adaptations that aren't done by White Fox. So everyone knows that they're the only guys who know what they're doing. But anyway, enough talk. Let's get this thing. Look at this. Oh man, I've got it wrong. I am losing my mind. Apparently, get this over here. Don't do a load of streams in one day, kids. Otherwise, you probably will lose your mind. Right, so let's put that over there. Let's put you behind here, and let's start this thing in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin now. I have no idea what to expect from this show. If it's actually going to be any good, hopefully it's not complete arse. Because it looks as if it might be complete arse. I do believe that there's actually only one other show premiering today. That's about it. And I'm like, oh, thank God. Because this is probably the most amount of anime I've watched in one day in my life. Let's face it, I have not watched more than like 2 shows a day. I've watched 4 in one day. Well, that's quite edgy. It's very edgy. Oh, that reminds me. I need to finish off Blood Blockade Battlefront at one point because it premieres tomorrow. I haven't even finished episode 12 yet. Huh. 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 I'm sorry. Is that Victor from Euro and Ice? Okay. Hey, it's my birthday. Hey, 24th December. Freaking woo, my birthday. Best day in the world. Huh? Right, fam. I. This show is certainly something so far. Reminds me of that one gag from Little Witch Academia with the woman with the really long name. Everyone's got really, really obtusely long titles. Reminds me of that one thing from Little Witch Academia. I swear it's the girl who doesn't speak, if I remember correctly. There's a lot of things going on in one episode so far. And also, Nostradamus, this whole entire thing with two people fighting, these people, some person who's a mage, who might also probably not be a mage. I actually have no freaking idea. I think Victor from Uranite is in this as well. I actually generally think it's him. I wonder why they always choose to kind of the most obtuse of visual novels to adapt. Even though the most simplest ones, they still frick it up, but still. Interesting concept when they just can't actually adapt something kind of in a very, like, normal fashion. without just like throwing everything into one pot. Uh-oh. 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 Back to these two. That was the most 2005 fight I've ever seen in my lifetime. And now they're gone. But that was a thing. I have zero idea why they panned back to them, but they did. Oh, they're still fighting. We're back to them. It was important. It looks like a budget Dr. Stein from Soul Eater. When you think about it, it's a very budget version of that. Uh-oh. Sword fight. That's one way of handling things. So far, this is quite an interesting anime. I have zero idea what the hell's going on, but it's kind of interesting. The animation's okay. It's not like whoa animation, but it's alright. It's alright. How many alternate history animes have you had this whole entire year? We had about 3 of them, I think. I mean, the most popular one of all of them was Yojo Senki, because it actually was a legit good. It's a good source material. The show was not good, but the source material was actually fantastic. Anime, not so much. But yeah, we had one. We had that one. We had one recently again. I can't remember it. But there's an alternate history one recently that was actually kind of like, oh, I don't know about that one. But what's with this year in alternate history animes? All the time now. Uh-oh. You're doing a best job of stopping, by the way, girl. Just thought I'd point that out. You're doing a really freaking good job of stopping him. Just walking behind him very slowly, just going, "Don't do it! If you do it, I'll be angry." Victor's resume this year has been very interesting. He was in Vatican before this, which was a really freaking interesting show. Before that point, I actually have no idea where he was. Ooh. Huh. Huh. Damn, son! Jesus Christ. I'm surprised he didn't shout Omiai Aite at the end of that one. Just to kind of like top it all off. Wow. Jesus Christ. This guy has zero remorse. Jesus. It's not like, yo, stop, and I'll finish this all off. No, no way. Just sends the poor girl flying. I guess that ends that. Alright, fam. Alright, fam. Calm down a little bit here. Calm down a bit here, son. Is he full power now? He just straight up Falcon punched that whole entire tank. Quite literally. He literally just Falcon punched it. He didn't even one punch it, he Falcon punched it, which is even worse than a one punch. Wow, this show's edgy. Oh. Oh, so she's actually part of the crew. Oh, okay. Or she's now part of the crew, I'm not even too sure. So I take it the whole entire like place is just gone now. Just gone. Ah, name drop. Name drop. Let's go home. He did it. He said Daisuke, let's go home. He said it. Yeah. There it is, boys and girls. He said it. Name drop. What the hell did I just watch? Well, what even was that? I'm so confused. So many things just happened. I didn't even know if I had time to process it. It just sort of just went bam into your face. It went bah, like that. It was just like, guys, hey, calm down here. Calm down here a second, boys and girls, because a lot of us have not read the visual novel. Because a lot of us don't have £35 to actually spare to actually buy it. So there's that. But, oh, God, that was a lot. Because it's just a fight between budget Dr. Stein from Soul Eater, and then it sort of just went into a different world, and then like he can in theory kill things, I think, is what happened. It just spiraled out of control. Quite literally. I'm pretty damn sure I read somewhere about how he had a friend he fought, and then they fell out or something. That's what I remember reading. But boy, I have no idea. Daisuke. I don't know, but here's the thing that happens with visual novel adaptations. It's the fact that I think what happens is they think you've got a knowledge of what's going on, so they don't have to explain anything to you. So you're just like, oh, they know what is going on here. You don't need to explain it. It's kind of like, dude, we don't freaking know what's going on here. Like, it's just, oh, really? I'm so confused. Everything just got thrown at you, and just in one fell swoop. It's just like, okay. I mean, so did the previous Daisy or the whole entire thing fall down because the dude and the other dude had fallen out, and then they fought, and then one of them vanished, maybe to the dark realm. I'm not even too sure. And then he got the other guy to actually then, in theory, then bring back Nostradamus, but it was missing something. So then he had to go down to the whole entire thing. He was part of that crew at the bottom, and then they found two people. They destroyed those two people. He punched his fellow cohorts because I don't know why, because I'm guessing he just feels no remorse for it. And then he's all like, yo, I should use my full power right now. And the guy's like, yeah, fam, you should use your full power right now. And he's all like, I'll use it. And he's all like, well, you know what I'll also do? I'll give you a bonus here. I'll give you a bonus. Here's a thing. I'll take you to a place that you can actually go and do whatever the F you want with no freaking remorse, I guess. And I'm guessing at that point, it's the whole entire thing about Dicey Day, and then long behold, he goes to the top thing, they go through a vortex, and Bob's your uncle. The anime ends. I think that's what happened. I believe that's the events of the anime in a nutshell. It was quite interesting. It was one of those shows that I think it needs to calm down a bit. It needs to kind of take a chill pill with its like imagery and it's kind of like everything it's trying to do, because it's just like, oh boy, calm down a bit here, because it's a very alternate history like kind of thing, which is always like it's like the go-to thing this year for anime. It's alternate history. And yeah, I mean, it was mildly interesting, but hell if I know what was going on. I guess I've got to go play the visual novel now. Somehow. I've got to play the visual novel and see what the F is going on, see what's actually going down in Dicey Day, because I don't think the show will explain it too well, because I think what's happened is they've done it because the fans wanted it, and so they actually know what's going on with the fans, but then forgot everyone else. Everyone else is like, oh, what do we do now? I think that's probably what's happened. I don't know. I'm a bit perplexed. I mean, it was all right. It wasn't anything to write home about. It was no Kino's Journey. It was no Girls Last Tour. Those still two shows are the best of the season and probably the best of today. It ain't none of those. But still, it has something going for it. I don't know what it is just yet, but it might have something. It might have some glimmers of hope here and there, just to kind of sprinkle over the top of this kind of very, very, very confusing banoffee pie. I don't know. But, goddamn. Some of the dialogue in this episode was just like, boy, calm down a bit here. Like, you want to take that pen away from that edgy child. Like, because he's writing some things down here. He's writing some words. And he's just like, stop, boy. Stop. Calm down a bit here. Because he's going to be over the top here now. I don't know. I've been kind of in two minds of whether or not to just to cover visual novel adaptations, because they always tend to be kind of terrible. And I think this one's not kind of fixed the problem, but it might in theory just do something at the end of it all. I mean, I want to go read the actual tagline for this. I want to go read the actual synopsis, because I actually have zero idea what's going on. So Ren Fuji is a normal student who just had a fist fight with his former best friend, leading him to break off their friendship. But with the help of his childhood friend, Kasumi Ayase, another class in Rei Himiro, his class actually has a normal school life. Then a series of brutal murders in which the victims of the cafe begins to strike the city. Strange at the same time, Ren starts to have terrifying nightmares of being beheaded by guillotine. But these are just preludes to the painful and terrifying battles to come. I don't think that's a description for the show. So none of that happened. Okay, no, I don't know what was going on there, but that was the wrong one. Okay, here we go. Here's the real one. So, on May 1st, 1945, in Berlin, as the Red Army raises the Soviet flag over the Reich I can't say that word. A group of officers conduct a ritual. For them, the slaughter of the city, nothing but perfect ritual sacrifice, in order to bring back the order of the 13 Lancers, a group of supreme men whose would bring the world's destruction. Years later, no one knows if the group officers succeeded or whether they lived or died. Few know their existence, and even those who knew began to pass away after the decades passed. Now December, in the present day, in Swahara City, Ren Fuji spends his days at the hospital. It has been 2 months since the incident that brought him to the hospital in the fight with his friend Shiro Yusa, where they almost tried to kill each other. He tries to value what he has left to him, but every night he seems to have the same dream. A guillotine. Oh, so it's the same one. Murders who haunt people on black-clothed nights who pursue the murderers. He is desperate to return to his normal everyday life, but now he hears Shiro's words. Everyone who remains in the city eventually loses their minds. Okay. None of that happened. None of that happened. I mean, I'm guessing the first section is probably episode 1. I must admit, probably episode 1 is a little bit at the top. I don't know, but I'm 100% sure it probably is. It makes sense. I think episode 2 must introduce the main character, the MC of the show. Hopefully it does, because otherwise I have zero idea what's going on here. Like, it's an amalgamation of different things that's happening, and I don't freaking know. But I mean, it could save itself at the end of it. I mean, the animation's all right. Soundtrack's pretty okay. The characters are kind of terrible. I'm not too sure just yet. And yeah, the story is kind of a bit like all over the place just now. So hopefully one day it just fixes itself and kind of becomes a good show. Otherwise, hell if I know what's going to happen. So, with all that said, that has been me for today with The Driver. That makes absolutely no freaking sense. I do apologize. So, if you have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole, and you do want to leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what I do here, and you want to stay a little bit longer, then do leave a sub, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. But until next time, with I think, what's the name of the show? It's Garu Vanishing Line, I think. It's the next show that comes out today. Till then, see you guys later. Bye for now.